I tested 10 different games on this MacBook Neo over the past few days, both Windows and native ones. Testing from heavy titles down to a classic one like Age of Empires, just to come to this one conclusion. You shouldn't buy this Mac for gaming. You can definitely install game and play on it, but once you see how each game I test performs, you will understand what I mean. And before we get into it, all the Windows games in this video are running through crossover, which is pretty much the best way to play Windows games on a Mac right now. I've already made a full tutorial on how to set it up, and I will leave that in the pinned comment below. The first game I tried was Dead Island 2, one of the famous titles that has a native Mac port. I was playing at Full HD with medium settings and was getting around 18 FPS during a fast scenes like doing a quick sprinting or fighting with zombies, and about 24 FPS when just walking around or standing still. And honestly, it's not really playable at these settings. There's noticeable delay, the image look kind of blurry, and after a few minutes, I actually start feeling a bit dizzy. I also tried tricking it, turn off the motion blur, lower the graphics and resolution, and I got about 15 more FPS. But then the game starts stuttering a lot and everything just looked kind of stiff. So yeah, technically you can play it, but I wouldn't recommend it to play on this Mac. The next game I tried was Resident Evil 9, and this is probably the first time I ever seen a Mac just crash out trying to run a game. Even on the lowest settings, it just couldn't handle it. It kept getting stuck on the loading screen, then froze the whole system after that. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. This is a 2026 AAA games. There's no way this level of hardware is going to run it. So instead, you are better off going with older Resident Evil titles. For example, Resident Evil 4 actually run pretty well on this machine. At around 2K resolution with Metal FX set to quality, you can get close to 40 FPS. Of course, don't expect it to look as good as on a high-end gaming PC. But if you are into horror, story-driven games, this is a great one to try on your MacBook Neo. Next up, we have Stray. I honestly thought this one would run well on this machine, so I just maxed everything out, from resolution, graphics to FX. And yeah, I was completely wrong. The game was really laggy, a lot of stuttering, and sometimes it even froze while playing. I was getting around 25 to 30 FPS on those high settings, and even when I lower everything, it didn't really have much. Maybe a few extra FPS, but the overall still did not feel good to play. This makes sense because the game has a lot of going on like detailed textures, lightings, and shadows. So it's really need a strong GPUs and more RAM to run properly. So yeah, if you're buying this Mac just to play some AAA titles that I just showed you, with this level of spec, do you think it can handle it? Of course not. Even my M5 MacBook Pro, the newest MacBook, can run those games at the max settings. But this time I also tried 2Ds and classic game, and this is where things look actually a lot better on this MacBook Neo. If you just want to play something like League of Legends, this Mac can handle it no problems. At around 2K resolution with everything set to very high, I was getting over 100 FPS and the game feels smooth, no lag, no stutter. Just a solid experience. Honestly, I could push even more FPS if I lower the settings, but for me, 100 FPS is already more than enough. This time, I also tried Dota Underlords, which is one of my favorite strategy games. If you ever play Dota 2, you'll probably recognize the heroes and skill. This game is much lighter than League of Legends, so it's run perfectly fine on this Mac. The next game is Age of Empires 2. One of my subscribers actually asked me to try this, so here we are. It does take a bit longer to open at first, but once you are in, it's run pretty well. No stuttering or nothing weird happen. With the highest graphics settings, the game getting around 45 FPS while playing. And since this is a classic title, this MacBook Neo can handle it pretty easy. If this second version can run well, the older one like the first edition should run even better. I also tried Age of Empires 4, but that game is stuck at the beginning, so I guess it isn't playable on this map. The next game I try is War Thunder, a free-to-play battle game, and this one actually run pretty well on this map. At HD resolution with medium settings, I was getting around 60 FPS and it stayed pretty stable. Even though it is an online game, but it did not run into any connection or latency issue. I also tried maxing everything out. The image does look a bit sharper, but honestly it's not really noticeable. So yeah, if you are into online battle games, this is definitely one to try. The next game is Silksong, a famous indie title. It is a fast-paced 2D exploration game where you fight bosses, unlock ability, and explore the map as you go. The game graphic is mainly use the hand-drawn art style, so it's pretty light, run really well on the MacBook Neo. I was getting around 60 FPS, and during gameplay, I did not notice any stuttering or delay at all, which is great. And the last game for today is 𝐸𝐸. It is a really fun multiplayer game where you get matches with about 32 more players and race to different maps. Super simple and easy to get into. And just by looking at the graphic, you can already tell it is very light. So yeah, we are easily getting over 60 FPS even on the highest settings. If you want something light and fun, this is definitely one to try. Alright guys, that is pretty much for today. 10 games and different genre. Hopefully I cover most of what you guys are interested in. If not, please let me know in the comment what game you want me to try on this MacBook Neo. Now before you go installing games on your MacBook Neo, here's our 2 quick tips to get you the best performance. First, try not to open bunch of apps or windows while gaming. Even this Mac CPU can handle it, but the RAM is limited, and that is usually what causes crashes while you are playing. Second, always keep at least 50 to 70 gig of free storage. That way, if your RAM fills up, the system can still use your SSD as swap memory, which have keep things running. And I believe if you follow these 2 tips, it's gonna give you the best gaming performance, even on the machine that never meant to be play games on it. But you know, you own the machine, you have the right to whatever you want, right? So just try it and let me know in the comment what is the experience and if the tip is actually help you. Once again, thank you all for watching and I'll catch you soon in the next video.